No, we are on, Stephanie. Hi, everyone. This is Dr. Kasia and I don't normally do interviews, but this one, I cannot not do it. I'm so excited. I haven't even had a chance to announce it to anyone, so I'm sure a lot of you will miss it, but we will have the recording. Stephanie is a fellow nutritionist with a mission. There's actually a post I did on my Facebook, in my Facebook groups for you about her amazing project that is called Going Beyond Foods. Okay, hold on a second. So I want to introduce Stephanie to you. Let me see, Stephanie, I'm here. I'm gonna click here and bring her on camera. That's the one. How is that? Inviting?
Hi!
Oh my gosh, it's working, Stephanie. Stephanie, all the way for us from Canada. So as I told everyone, there is an announcement and a beautiful picture of both of us in color, beautiful colors in Facebook. Click there so you can actually invite yourself to the conference that is starting today. So
absolutely.
Very, very excited. Let me see if we can actually mute here. There we go. Okay, let's get started. Why should anyone follow your conference? Because I definitely would. It's going to be life-changing.
Absolutely. So let me quickly introduce myself. I'm Stephanie Dodier, clinical nutritionist. And for the second year this year, we've put together a conference, an online conference called Going Beyond the Food Project. And the intention of this conference is to help particularly women to make peace with food and their body. And the reason why it is so important to make peace with food in our body is that a lot of our desire to eat is actually driven by our thoughts, our emotion, our mindset, our past history, yet we only address the behavior at the top with dieting and food rules, which then creates even more desire to eat. So for many of your listeners that are using food as a therapeutic solution to their health condition, very often they're self-sabotaging with the food they shouldn't be eating, the food that they're trying so desperately to take out of their diet, because in your case, it may be impacting the immune system, but it's a constant battle for them, right? Does that resonate with you?
Yes, yes. Well, yes, when you're chronically ill, for example, you really are striving to have the cleanest diet, do everything right, and it becomes regimental, and then it becomes problematic, and then it becomes desperate, and then you're on and off wagon, and it's very emotional, and it turns off the opportunity to heal. And so there's a beautiful message that you have right on the registration page that I absolutely loved when you share. And this is, everyone, this is Stephanie, very straightforward. There is no fooling around. You can have this, but what does that mean? There's a powerful story that you share. So I want everybody to click on that video on the registration page to just hear. And we had a talk. It's recorded. I don't remember which day I am on, but we had an amazing conversation. It's just a straight talk of two nutritionists with an attitude, right?
Absolutely. And so your talk is on October the 14th and the 15th.
October the 14th.
And you're going to talk about your secret potion, which is the epidemic of EBV, which for my audience was absolutely, or will be absolutely, life-changing, because we are still in the mindset that our autoimmune condition is due to our immune system and something is broken with us, yet we have no clue of what you're about to teach us. So very excited to introduce you and your topic to my community. But you're right. So people struggle on and off the wagon constantly, and it doesn't have to be. That's the crazy thing, is it doesn't have to be, but the approach we take to food restriction, in your case therapeutic, is what caused the problem. So I can sum it up into two words: Do you restrict food from a place of love, or do you restrict food from a place of fear? And if you are from a place of fear, then that triggers a part of your brain called the reptilian brain. And that creates that whole starvation, famine, I want more, I want the food that you say no to, instead of love, right?
Yeah, it's just the most primitive part of the brain. And in more spiritual realms, it would be called conditioned self, which is based in fear. But if you look at research, you cannot heal. The healing process requires that love and joy. So it's a little bit like you're pregnant. You're either pregnant or not. You can't be midway. You cannot be a little pregnant. People can understand that. You can't be a little, maybe a little pregnant, right?
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Just like the stress response, it's on and off. The markers are on and off. And so in order to heal, the body has to have no fear. Fear is contraction. Fear is, fear is running away from that tiger. There's no procreation. There's no expansion. There's no healing. It's just running for your life. So it was fascinating talking to you because I'm getting a little alarmed and tired of the therapeutic diets being end of all and all the answers and spitting out people who are suffering even more. And I just talked to a prospective patient today, and she was diagnosed with orthorexia and anorexia. And when I talked to her, that has no bearings. This is not what this is absolutely not true. This is not who you are. It's a woman that is very ill, and she's very ill. But so it gets complicated because I think for a lot of people, food is the thing we can't control. And sometimes it's the last thing we can control. So that control comes from fear. It never comes from love. That's the problem. And so I instill as much love and joy in my practice with patients as I can. Even the last chapter of my book is joy. My mentor donated it because it's so important therapeutically and in research. And so, yes, I encourage everybody to if you want to hear two nutritionists hit it off. We're going to talk more in that recording together with Stephanie, but there are amazing, amazing speakers. Some of them are friends of ours and inspiring individuals, have done a lot of things, helping a lot of patients and clients. And I really would love you guys to watch some of them, pick them. And what I love is that Stephanie gives us 48 hours, which is unusual. Typically, it's just a free 24 hours, and then the next set of speakers come. So there's fewer speakers and they're spread out, so you have more time. Because I find I run out of time too, and I love those events. So tell me some of the wonderful experiences you had and what people can expect to get excited about this event, because I think it's so precious.
So here's the cool thing. We're two nutritionists. We don't talk about food, and I didn't allow anyone to talk about food. So what you're going to hear about, and I'll give you some example, is everything that goes into the relationship to food. So today, for an example, someone is talking about positive mindset and positive thinking. Tomorrow, we have two of my friends that are going to talk about the impact of our cycle on our food decision.
Ooh, yes.
They call it the wild women cycle. Pretty cool stuff. And then we have 3 days, well, on October the 12th and the 13th from now, Dr. Debbie Silber, she's going to talk about the impact of betrayal and how to turn betrayal into the greatest gift we've ever had. And I know, just like me, you have that in your practice, people that have been betrayed, and they carry that pain, and that creates the disease. So then the following day, Dr. Joanne Rosenberg is going to talk about emotional mastery. Because one thing we have to learn is riding the wave of our emotion, right? It's never going to be flat line. And that's a big misconception from people. They think, oh, I'm going to heal myself and I'll never again struggle. Right? So how do you master the up and down of your emotions? Then we're going to talk about intuitive eating and the role of spirituality in intuitive eating. with Kasia Garcia. And then I'm bringing someone from Sweden, Bitten Johnson, who has done a ton of research on sugar and food addiction. Because that is a struggle for many people. And in fact, I find that people put the blame on food, right? They give way too much power on food being the issue, example, sugar addiction, when in fact, it's how we are, it's our emotion that are causing us to use the sugar. We're going to talk about resilience. And on the very last day, we're going to talk about something that probably affects a lot of your people. And that for me, in my survey, is the second cause of overeating, which is chronic pain.
Soothing.
Right?
Soothing.
And Brandon, who's going to come and talk about chronic pain as a revolutionary way of looking at pain and treating chronic pain. And guess what? Chronic pain, like for an example, you have chronic pain in the knee. The knee is not the problem. The problem is your head. And that's all the teaching, what neuroscience has been teaching us over the last 15, 20 years. And he's applied that in his clinic. And now he's treating chronic pain by actually treating the brain. So that's the kind of stuff. We're going to talk about trauma. We're going to talk about all kinds of stuff.
That is so exciting. This is going to be really, really helpful. So anything else practically that you want to share about how what to expect and how to maximize the conference?
So use the link from Kasia that she's going to share with you. You have 48 hours. So we are going to send you an email every morning with the links, and you have 48 hours to watch those talk completely for free. And each speaker has a kind of a next step within what they're teaching. So there's a green button beside the video. I encourage you to, if the talk relates to you and can help you, take the next step with the speaker, because it's kind of how to apply it. So that's a very cool thing that each speaker have done. If you're running out of time, we'll also have an option for you to pay and own the video. So don't get stressed out, because stress is going to cause more illness in your body. So don't get stressed out. We have an option for you if you cannot watch it online.
For that one, Stephanie. We just got some. Thank you so much, guys. Yeah, stress. Oh. Yeah,
so we have an option. So if you're going to get stressed out, don't worry. There's an option to pay, and we're going to send you all the videos and the audios and everything.
Is there also an encore sometime?
Yeah, there will be an encore the last weekend.
Okay, so yeah,
where you're going to have access to everything.
So you guys make sure when you register, you keep an eye on it. You'll get notifications. So if you missed it, you can jump on again and catch at least those that you like. And you know, I like to own them. I have a couple of flash drives, and I still look at them. You know, when I have time, I'm gonna watch it. It's mine. So it's and these are world-class experts, really. And I remember once watching one of my favorite MDs, and he was sharing exactly what he's doing right now, the recent things he's discovered, and I got a complete update on how to detoxify in sauna, very practically, just right there. It's like, and so there's so many pearls, and especially if you've struggled as a woman, especially, you're probably all alone in it, and guilt does not, any decision made out of guilt it doesn't serve you. You should never make decisions out of guilt, but you need a tribe. So my mentor taught me, you know, it takes a village to fight your conditioned self. That beast in the primer monkey, you know, crocodile brain that tells you all those negative things about it, and why you can't do things, and why you can't love, trust, and relax. And so also, I think if anybody who is chronically ill with Epstein-Barr is watching today, one of the pitfalls and a terrain that sets the stage for EBV chronically is being type A personality, overactive, overdriving, overstressed. Somebody's rolling her eyes right now.
I got so much to say on that.
That is one of the first things that I have to laugh about with my new patients, because I'm telling them, if you're not willing to make peace with this part of you, we're not working together. Well, you have to change it. EBV is a teacher. We have to change how you've been driving yourself, because that type A personality, A+, you know, overachiever, backfire. So that's just a little red flag from my perspective. But Stephanie, anything to add to that?
Well, women that struggle with their relationship to food and body is because they're type A and they want to have the perfect body and they want to have the perfect weight loss plan. Here's the thing, in my world, people that have type A have low self-esteem.
It's compensation.
And they try to prove themselves through their body, through their perfection in food. And the brain does not like that. And it backfires on them by having those binges and those craving and the desire to eat restricted food. At the end, it's about healing the fact that we're worthy. Like, we don't need to gain more worth. We're born worthy. But that's so hard to accept.
We're getting another thumb up, Stephanie. I think we're hitting on it. Well, what I teach is, okay, this is going to hit you ladies on your on your way home. You're good enough.
No.
And you have to let go of the rest. You're just good enough. Whatever your parents told you, grandparents told you, sisters told you, brothers told you, you're just good enough. You're loved, you're supported, you're perfect as you are, and that's it. When you let go of that, there's like 1 ton of brick off your shoulders, and then you can just breathe, and it is fine. But why is it so difficult for women? So you got to plug into a community of expert people who have been there. Stephanie has been there. You don't know her story. If you watch that little video there, she's going to share a little bit. No small story. She's been through the whole thing. So you can't tell me, well, Stephanie looks great and she doesn't know what I've gone through. She's gone through the hell. So she has every right to tell me.
I'm in the trenches with people.
Huh?
I'm in the trenches with people.
She's totally, you are. So she's been there and she's telling you it's possible. Look at her. She's such a
And it's complementary to the work you do, right? I don't think, like, food cannot go without mindset and emotion and mindset cannot go with food, right? It's supporting of both of our goals with the people we serve.
Yes, I agree completely. I think food becomes dead unless we eat it with love and we treat it as extension of the earth, of the soil, of somebody who cared for it and grew it for you, all the lives that it comes with. You have to look at it this way, and then the brain, oh, we got a heart now. Thank you, guys. Yes, it's definitely, it's all about love and joy and letting go. And
well, you said something earlier. You said EBV or illness is our teacher.
Oh, yeah.
I say the same thing about our relationship to food and our body. Our relationship to food or body is our teacher to teach about ourselves. And then once we detangle that and become acquainted with who we are and how beautiful we are, then the food just becomes easy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it could be alcohol. It could be something else. It could be overwork. Workaholism is just another form. It's there and it's available. And it doesn't require another human being. So it's very easy. But it can be a healing part of the journey. So, Stephanie, I'm really, really excited. I can't wait what kind of feedback we'll get. And please, for my community, share your pearls. I can't wait to hear. I'll monitor my Facebook as much as I can during the week. 14th is actually, we're packing. 15th, we're moving.
You're moving.
Hopefully I'll have my phone. And so, yes, so really looking forward. Thank you so much for taking the time from day one. I know that this is like everything is rolling, so you have to be there and manage the chaos and the system's breaking down, but everything is recorded. Everything will be fine. If there's any glitches, just everybody ride that wave. She's there for you, their support. So enjoy.
I will.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, sweetie.
Thank you so much, my dear. Thank you for coming. Yeah, had fun.
First interview. Yay.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Okay, bye.
Fun. Thank you for coming here.